Welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. Today is 18th of January 2023 and my name is Adam Rosman. I will be your host. Please don't forget that the meeting is recorded. Usually we would start with introductions, but there are no new participants, so we can skip that. And as usual, if you feel that your organization would benefit to be an official adopter of the Metal3 project, please do so. That would help the project greatly. And you can do it by following this link in the description. And then the first agenda point would have been related to the static IP manager repository, because we have kind of an issue with this repo, and that is namely that this repository is actually not being updated for a long time, and we discussed this previously on the bare metal Slack channel, that the reason is that this was forked by Red Hat at some point, and they are working on that, and the core Metal3 project is not really using this repository. So if I look through this, maybe somewhere I can find it. Really, but I wanted to ask the Red Hat maintainers, maybe they could help us with this repository. That should we fix the fork, or how should we go forward? Because now it's just a dead repo on our end. So let's see. I think I will bring it up again in the Slack channel, as they are not in the meeting. I think, yeah, I don't see any of them. So then the other one is that we are preparing to apply for incubation, and that is a quite seemingly quite serious process, at least for me, after I read what is required. And the first step is to push a proposal for incubation, same way as we did for the annual reviews. We just have to create a PR. And I already started to write it and make the generic template. I looked up what others have done and what was in the description, the CNCF talk, and you see that there's some general information, links to talks, documentation, and socials, info about when we join the sandbox. We still need the technical advances and the progress since the sandbox. I think it would be good to discuss that in what format should we fill this, because in the annual reviews we did it quite in a quite detailed way. So if we just look at the latest annual review that we have give to the CNCF talk, there when it comes to changes, we were very detailed. So to the PR level. So we went to the PR level and showed individual PRs and very detailed goals. So it's a question that should we do it in this detailed way, because then we have 2 years worth of these annual reviews. So 21 and 22, and we have quite a lot of things in them, and even from these we left out things. So again, even in 21 it was quite detailed with PRs, and I guess if we combine the two, then plus what we have done since the 2022 review, that will be quite the list. So that's one thing. and it's a question that should we only do here technical advances, or should we actually also describe how the community has grown during these 2 years. We joined the Sandbox project in 2020. Second part, it was accepted in September. And since then, at least, I think IKEA and Deutsche Telekom have become official members or adopters, but maybe even others. Then I just linked here the Sandbox, the annual Sandbox report. Then I listed here the requirements for incubation. So these are these bold and tilted lines, and we already answered most of these, if not all, during the annual review. So it is about the adopters, both projects and companies. Then the people who they call committers, but basically these are people who are part of the owner files, so they can push in things, and it's a mix of approvers and reviewers. And then development statistics from that GitHub Grafana page, then our download statistics, then I'm not sure if we have to add extra here related to like our traction. Then there is some about the security process. That's the same what we gave for the annual review. Tuomo, if you would like to add things, it would be greatly appreciated here. I actually did put here a to-do because I have not written about the automated testing in relation to security, so that can be extended. And then there is this not really concrete or easily or not tangible thing that are we aligned with the CNCF mission? I mean, we are cloud, so basically what I've seen in other applications, they detail that they are mature cloud product. So yeah, we can say that too. So that's a bit mushy for me, that what should be here. Alignment with other CNCF project. I'm not sure. I'm sure that OpenShift is not CNCF project. I have not checked that DAS ship or the airship are CNCF. I have not investigated. But if neither of those, a few months ago, I was looking for projects on GitHub that might been using AttackCube, but I haven't really seen others. So we can delete this part, and then the future plans. Here anyone can chime in. I mean, we can put here things that are now in proposal stage, or you think would be good, or so we can discuss. So this really, like, you can put here anything that you see fit. And how I share this document is that you can directly edit it, because I wanted this to be accessible for the whole community. So everyone who signs into HackMD with your Google account or whatever, it's free. Then you can put here a comment anywhere. And then I will collect the comments and formulate the actual content based on the comments. So that's what we have so far. So feel free to check this. Do you have any questions related to this, or would you like to already add something to this? Or maybe you would see a section here, or maybe you have read the TOC document about the incubation and you would like to see something that I missed. I don't know. Is there anyone who would add something?
I will check the security related stuff tomorrow.
Oh, okay,
I'm
thanks.
happy to contribute.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll fix already some typos and added myself.
Nice, thanks. Great. That's very good, and I think you have now a bit more up-to-date knowledge about that anyways than I do. Okay, anyone else? Or if not, feel free when you have time to add comments. So is there any other topic you want to discuss before we go on to the triaging? Have you received the email correctly? And were you able to put it into your calendar? Can you see for this year the meeting time correctly?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Cool. I had a bit of trouble with the because I tried to update last year's, but it was bugged, so it didn't extend to this year, so I had to remake it. And yeah, sorry for the email barrage. Okay, we can go then continue with the triaging. I already looked into this. Basically, these are old. This whole section is old. The original issue creators have not really answered back to us. And this last one is, we discussed this offline. This probably will be cancelled. And maybe this one that I have not checked, but okay, Furkat already answered. And yeah, on last meeting, we also discussed that this person from NVIDIA who leaves a lot of issues open, we would like this person to join or somebody in as a replacement and discuss all this, because I'm a bit sad that we close or these will be automatically closed because there is just no communication on the tickets. And yeah, it would be good to collaborate on this with them. Okay, and then the last two is actually the new ones. These were opened during the holiday season between December and January, and one is a failure, an internal error coming seemingly when they try to apply bare metal CRD. Well, fail to create copy cluster sometimes without bare metal operator and bare metal host CRD. I mean, if I would assume if you have a copy, want to create a copy cluster and you can make machine and metal cube machine, but then you don't have bare metal host under it, then you cannot create it. Like, I would expect this to happen, but I don't know that. Yeah, and then this is for CAPM3, so I assume then the chain is CAPI, CAPM3, and BMH. So the question is,
Ideally, BMH should not be needed because it's not part of the provider. So, and this error that I'm seeing is coming from the CAPI webhook, and CAPI is oblivious to the existence of BMO and BMH, to be honest.
But the error message it's giving, it's timeout and contact deadline exceeded. It's usually the Docker just having or being too busy, too low resources, or slow disk or something like that. That is the classic Docker failure. So it clearly says that it's just a 10-second timeout, and then the Docker response is the context deadline. So I would assume this is not any actual issue, but just the resourcing.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's not related to that. Probably we need more information.
yeah. Okay. Forget what's the needs information label. Let me quickly check. We have time. It's here. Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks. That was one, and then the other one is this one. This I was reading a lot, and it is very interesting. This is a different use case than we use it. So what is about that? They just deploy the BMHs and nodes, but then in there, I assume Ironic, yeah, it's actually here, Ironic DNS mask. They want to assign the IP addresses based on not MAC address, but a client ID. And actually, when we are testing this, if I remember correctly, we are just testing with MAC addresses and not with these client IDs. Mainly because we try to test situations with many NICs, at least 2 in DevEnv, but of course in not DevEnv, but in actual productions, we have seen many NICs. So we don't really use this sort of DHCP setup. And what happened with this is that they deployed, during inspection, of course, automatically they assigned an IP, but then during provisioning, they assign a different one, which is, I understand why it's problematic, because in the manifest, then you have the incorrect one, which is actually not attached to any real machine or real network interface. But at the same time, I feel that it, like as it is mentioned in the issue, it's not a bug because it's not BMO or not CAPM3 or any of these. It's a DNS mask setup. But after reading this, I would not really offer a cloud native solution. I would offer an IPA, actually an IPA based solution, because it seems to me that you would need to supply with IPA either as a additional virtual disk attached or some additional media attached or some additional, or you bake it into the IPA that this is the client ID for this machine. But I don't think we have BMO level feature where you could give this sort of client ID to the machine. So it's out of the scope, I think, of our whole setup. So it's basically just an unsupported use case. At least that's how I interpret it. I don't know what is your opinion about it.
It sounds correct to me, at least.
Okay. I won't close it or anything. I will just comment that from my point of view,
This is that would be my answer. Yeah. Okay, so this was the other one. We can't really do anything with this unless someone comes and says that actually I'm wrong and we have a feature that can handle this, but I don't think so. Okay, next batch is the stale ones. Okay, more frequent tag releases for BMO. Super old. Yeah, let's close it. This have been solved. We are releasing BMO frequently. And when we try to update node instance UUID. Very old indeed. And this is done by linear. This is linked to the flake. And the flake is there because we seen this or similar behavior this week. So I will remove the stale. Let's watch this. I think it's still around. But I'm not sure that. Okay. I think the stale is still around, and Kashif mentioned that he will do one thing at least related to this. And maybe in the later when this again becomes stale, we will be confident to remove this. Add image signatures to GitHub action pipeline. What? Oh yeah. He had no time to work. This is the OCI image signatures. It's in our Jira, but we had no time to work in this.
Okay. What else do we have? Drug release. Cloud init status. Yeah, it is have wanted, and we discussed this many times. And it would be a nice enhancement. I think it was Leonard was the one who, proposed this one. We didn't have time to work on that. And operators to support allocating empty bare metal. Yeah, I remember this one, where you would just provision the node image, but you wouldn't care about making this part of the cluster. Yeah, there is a proposal for it too, which was closed. And then there was a new one opened in June. Oh my God. What? Is it linking to itself or no? So the issue is open, but the proposal PR is closed. But why is it closed? Okay, I will reopen it. Reopen or just open? I'm not sure. Because I remember that there were no actual issues with it. But then, and I think it would be a cool feature for the Metal3 stack, but it seems that nobody really nobody was interested in this to push it forward. Let's ask the original reviewer that. Is it still interesting or? Let's see. Okay. Control plane provisioning doesn't complete. Yeah. This is, this needs info. Storage error. Yeah, I remember this one. And we were unable to introduce it. I think it seemed to be legitimate. Okay. I'm not sure if it's important or not. And then let's see what else we have here. This is an old stock one. Not important. This is interesting. I don't remember this. Oh, and Leonard dropped from the call. I will remove the live second ask. I don't see any PR attached to this. Okay. It has both needs triage and triage enabled, and I think there was a lot of work on related to this. So this can come back to life. I just don't see any PR link here. Okay. And then bug report template for the repository. This is assigned to Hui. Okay. Let's ask Hui what's up with this. I don't see linked PR. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing bug report templates. Okay, that was the stale. And we don't need to check the frozen and the help wanted because I think those have not changed. Oh, yeah, connection test, yes. These are the old improvements for devenv and to the docs. Yeah. And two actual bugs, but we already went through those. And then there are the frozens. Yeah, the connection test, not that important. Splitting up, not that important. And then the device interoperation. Yeah, that's not, again, not a priority. Okay, so that was all. Okay, is there any of you who want to add something to the meeting or something with the triaging was not clear, or you want to revisit some PR issue that we have seen, or any other comment? Okay, if not, then thanks for your time, and we will meet next week.
And I hope that next week we will have a bit more participants. So have a nice rest of the day. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Adam.